They say in a certain village deep within West Africa, fire never goes out. Not in the homes, not in the shrines, not even when heavy storms swallow the sky. The wind can scream, the rain can fall like anger from the heavens, but the fire always survives. And the strangest part, no one remembers when it started. No one remembers lighting it. It was simply always there. Some say it is a blessing, others say it is protection. But the elders never call it anything at all. Because in that village, you do not speak about the fire, you live with it, or you don't live at all. My name is Ayo, and I didn't believe in curses, not until I arrived in that village. I had come as an outsider, a researcher, a man of logic, a man who believed everything strange had a simple explanation. But the moment I stepped into the village, I felt it. Heat, not from the sun, but from the ground itself. Even abandoned huts still had fire. I remember asking a boy sitting near a flame, "Why don't you put it out?" He looked at me, confused. Then he laughed and said, "Put it out? That's not something you say here." And he ran off. That was the first time I understood something was wrong. That evening, I was welcomed by Elder Olarinwaju. He was old, too old, but his eyes were sharp like he had seen too many lifetimes. He gave me food, water, and silence. Then he spoke. "There are rules in this village," he said. I smiled politely. He didn't smile back. Rule 1. Never extinguish a fire. I laughed slightly. He didn't move. Rule 2. Never caution the flame. My smile faded. Rule 3. When the fire turns blue at midnight, stay inside. I asked him, half joking, "And if someone breaks the rules?" He stared at me for a long time, then said, "They don't break rules here. They break themselves." That night, I couldn't sleep because outside my window, the fire was breathing. Next morning, I saw it happen. A man, just an ordinary villager, was trying to clear ashes from a fire pit. He scooped sand over the flame. For a second, nothing happened. Then the man collapsed. No scream, no warning, just silence. People rushed to him, but no one touched the fire. Instead, they watched him like they already knew what would happen. I asked Ife, a young girl who had been kind to me, what happened. She whispered, "He tried to silence it. Now it is silencing him." That was the first time I felt fear in that village. Not loud fear, quiet fear. The kind that sits in your chest and grows roots. That night, Ife came to me. She told me to follow her, far from the huts, toward the forest edge. There she spoke quickly, nervously. "You need to leave." I asked why. She looked around before answering. "The fire is not ours. It chose us." She told me the story the elders refused to speak aloud. Long ago, the village was dying. Famine, war, death everywhere. The people prayed for help, and something answered. Not a god, not an ancestor, something older. Something that spoke through flame. It offered survival. The survivor always asked a price, and the price was fire that never dies. I asked her, "What does the fire take?" She didn't answer immediately. Then she said, "Everything slowly." That night, I saw the rule I was warned about. Midnight, fire changed. It turned blue, not bright blue, not beautiful blue. Wrong blue. The kind of blue that feels like it shouldn't exist in nature. The entire village went silent. Not voices, not movement, just watching flames. I stepped outside, against advice, against logic, against survival instinct. And I saw it. The fire was looking back. Not moving, not burning, observing. Then I heard whispers, not from people, from the flame itself. and he said something I will never forget. We are not fire, we are payment. I couldn't sleep after that, so I followed Eda Olariwaju. I saw him walk beneath the ground through a hidden passage behind the shrine. I followed quietly. What I saw beneath the village changed everything. Hundreds of clay pots, each one holding a flame, each flame burning without fuel, and beside each flame, a name. Names of villagers, children, men, women. I asked him, "What is this place?" He didn't turn. "This is where the fire remembers." I asked again, "What does it remember?" And finally he said, "Everyone it has taken." He finally told me everything. The village did not receive fire as a blessing. They signed a pact, a survival agreement. The flame spirit would protect them from extinction, but in return, every generation must feed the fire. Not wood, not oil, but life. That is why no one grows old normally here. That is why no one lives. That is why no fire ever dies. Because something is always burning. I asked him, "Why continue it?" He looked at me and said, "Because without it, we return to what we escaped. And we are not sure that place is kinder." That night, the flame spirit came, not in human form, not in animal form, but in fire itself. He spoke through every flame in the village at once. It said, "I kept you alive. You call it a curse because you do not remember death." Then he showed me visions. The village before the path, starving, burning, dying, then silence, and then survival. It asked me one question: do you want fire that never dies, or darkness that never ends? I stood there, and for the first time in my life, I didn't know what was right, but I knew one thing: nothing that burns forever is ever truly free. So I made my choice. I walked to the central flame and I let it go out. At first, nothing happened. Then the village went cold for the first time in centuries. The fire was gone. People panicked. Some cried. Some prayed. Some fell to their knees. And then rain began to fall. Real rain. Cold. Clean. Alive. And in that moment, I understood something the village forgot long ago. Not all fire is life, and not all survivor is worth the burning. Some fires do not warm you. They only remind you that you are still paying a price to exist. And sometimes, the bravest thing you can do is let it die.